What's up, everyone? Heavy Metal here. I'm just gonna make like a quick few-minute video talking about practical and slash CGI.
Show 'em how the CIA does
My stomach is
business.
not kind of feeling good at the moment. Yeah, that's why I'm just gonna do it for a little bit and talking about explaining why I think practical back in the old days of the 1980s, 70s, and all those years are like practical is better than CGI as of now. Now, CGI nowadays is being overused nowadays, and basically they don't know how to use it properly. While as the old days they used practical effects.
You have armor available.
I mean, take for example John Carpenter's the 1982. Hold on. Take this for example, the 1982 John Carpenter thing. Take that for example, and all that movies was done by the legendary Rob Petit. I think his full name is Robert Petit. I don't know how you say his name. But yeah, see that was all genius practical effects, because obviously it doesn't look real, but sometimes practical effects makes it look like it's real. In reality, it's not real. Yeah, in reality, it's not real. Take for another example, Steven Spielberg, all the Jurassic Park films, and including take that for all three of the movies. Let's mostly talk about the first one. And you see here that only the 14 minutes of this 2 hour some minutes for what's it called? Yeah, it only takes about 14 minutes of its 17 hours. And look, and then basically the dinosaur of when they first go into the island. When they first went onto the island. Yeah, when they first went onto the island, it looks computer generation imagery. And it looks like, how come the others look real and it looks like computer generated? That's because the rest of the movie is practical effects, and I don't know how they managed to do the sounds and the roars and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know how they do that as well. Yeah, I don't know how they do that. Yeah, I don't know how they did that as well. I think it's mostly the CGI. Now, people nowadays they prefer some people like said when people ask about what is their favorite part of the movies, is the CGI or practical, and I think mostly the people said practical effects. It's because practical effects make it look more real than the generated computer. Take that for another example, the 2011 prequel, and see that the opening what's it called? Where the alien burned, I'm sorry guys, this is a spoiler for you guys, but I think, yeah, basically when that scene was operated, it used practical effects, and basically it only did that for its 14 minutes. Yeah, it only did that for its 14 minutes thing. What I meant about that. So yeah, it used for its 14 minutes of practical effects, and then the rest is just CGI though. And that's why some people ask, what do you think is better of the things, which comparative version you like? And they mostly said the 1982 version, and I ask, why do you like that version? And some people like, well, it's because of Rob keeps using practical effects while the prequel used CGI. Well, basically, like I said, during this 13 to 14 minutes thing of its I don't know how many hours it is. Yeah, during that time it used practical. Well, yeah, basically, yeah, guys, it used practical. While the blood looks practical, mostly the blood is CGI as well. Yeah, the blood mostly looks CGI as well. I already seen it, and I guess the blood kind of looks CGI as well.
Artillery targeting detected.
So yeah, guys, so I think practical effects, my opinion, is way better than CGI. I even seen 80s horror movies where where they use practical effects. And take for example, I think Halloween. Yeah, I think take for example Halloween, where they when the people like when Michael kill people, they obviously use practical and dummy actors. Yeah, they use practical and dummy actors effects as well. Because obviously CGI wasn't really much of a thing. Well, CGI mostly came around later down the line. I think around the 90s, I believe. Obviously, when big time movies like Toy Story was using CGI as well. Obviously, when they make that, obviously it's a kids movie, and then they have to use CGI as well. And take for another example, Steven Spielberg's E.T. See, the alien was using practical effects. Take that for example. Use practical effects. So yeah, like I said, I think practical effects is much better than CGI because, like I said, it's mostly because CGI is being used over a decade now. I mean, when I first watched Iron Man, I was surprised about how they used the metallic armor that they use. And the simple answer, how did they make it look so more realistic? That's because it's because of CGI as well. Well, mostly at that time, CGI wasn't even being overused. And it looks, and basically, like I said, it made it look more real because, like I said, it's CGI, and the metallic armor looks real. Hold on. Alright, so yeah, like I said, guys, I think CGI is more I think practical effects is more better than CGI. And we're gonna be in here for a little bit longer. I'm just gonna be just saying that if you're gonna be using if you're gonna be making a movie, I think your best option is to use practical. Why? Is because obviously CGI costs a lot of money. I think I'm gonna make a part 2 of this, which I'm probably gonna have more explanation. But yeah, guys, so practical or CG, I think practical is much better. And like I said, take for an example, Friday the 13th, where Friday the 13th was used practically by the legendary Tom Savini, which mostly I think was the first one, or mostly the first one. Yeah, it was mostly the first one, because they like created some molds to make it look like more real, as Mrs. Voorhees or Jason. Jason looked like he killed the actual actors, but not really, because obviously it's a movie, because not because the actors are gonna die or something. I'm just saying that as well. Well, I think that. Hold on, let me see. So we have 10. We're gonna stop here. I'm gonna have a part 2 of this. I'm gonna continue more of this tomorrow. Where I'm gonna have more explanation of this. So I think practical effects is better than CGI as well, which I'm gonna explain more in the part 2 tomorrow as well. Until then, guys, yeah, I'm sorry I made this really short video. It's because, like I said, I haven't been feeling good lately, but I'm just on here for just a little bit. Anyways, so stick around for part 2. I think that's gonna come around tomorrow. It depends on how I feel. So yeah, prepare for part 2 of why practical effects is better than CG. So guys, my name's Heavy Metal, and yeah, until you guys, my name's Heavy Metal, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright guys, goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you part 2. Alright guys, goodbye.